Obviously, a very exciting prospect for me at this point. Coming from where I was 2 months ago and making the statement that the season was over, to potentially having a possibility to play in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals is obviously incredibly exciting for me.
Recall the incident if you can first, Manny. It seemed like it just kind of came out of nothing.
Obviously, we're talking about this, and it was a major incident, but I'm going to answer all those questions at the appropriate time. My focus right now is just going to be moving forward. Again, with the potential to play in the Cup Finals, I don't want to be a distraction to my teammates and getting ready for a very big series right now.
Manny, when did you first know that there was a chance you could play again this season?
Just a couple days ago, I guess, really. I've been monitored almost daily for the past almost 2 months now, and the doctors were pretty pleased with the progression and the way things were looking, and with the exercise that I was doing and the activity that I was getting into, there was no change in my status. So they felt and saw that there was an opportunity that if I felt confident enough and physically ready enough with the contact and with the awareness out there, that playing could be a possibility.
What did it mean to you to have such an active role with the team, even though you were out with an injury?
I think this whole year we've stressed the importance of how important everybody is to this team, and whether that be Hank and Danny playing 22, 25 minutes, or guys playing 3-4 minutes, or Deep playing a shutdown role, or Lou stepping up big in a game. I think everybody's contribution on and off the ice was stressed throughout the year. So just being able to be around the guys through this whole run, and being able to break down tapes and go over things with different guys, I think that was huge just for my confidence and my sanity, just to be around the guys and have a certain level of normal life. So it was just, again, it was a great feeling to be able to continue to be around the guys and travel and just be a part of it.
Kind of on the same lines there, so many times injured players aren't with the team, but being front and center, they talked about how that helped their morale. Did it help you in your recovery process too, Manny, in terms of a very difficult time?
Very much so. It was obviously very emotional for me. But again, just being able to be around the guys, coming to the rink every day, having those laughs, having those inside jokes, just joking around in the dressing room, being on the road, going to dinners with guys, just that level of being on a team. I've been on a team now for almost my entire life, playing team sports, and when, like you said, sometimes when you're an injured guy, you're away from the team, and you just feel like an outsider. So just to be able to get back into the mix of things was huge for my recovery, just from the mental aspect of things.
Jim and then Brooke.
Manny, was there a time when you questioned yourself whether or not you'd be able to play again?
I think if you ask any player, anytime you're injured, there's definitely a period of self-doubt, and if you hurt a knee or an ankle, will I ever be able to skate the same? Will I ever be able to do this or that the same? So yeah, just with every injury, you question yourself. But just again having an incredible support around me, starting with my wife, who was incredibly supportive from day one, and just really kept me focused on the best possible outcome at all times, and just reassured me that everything was going to be all right. Starting from there, and again being around the guys, just always positive attitudes around here, and always building me up, and support from fans around the league, emails, text messages, all the media outlets, everything that I was hearing. It was very uplifting on a daily basis to get those type of positive messages and reinforcement.
Manny, how is your vision? How well are you 100% in each, on your eye 100%, or how is it?
Well, never been 20/20, so I can say honestly that I'm not 20/20 in that eye. But I've been medically cleared to play, and it's good.
Blind spot, if you'll forgive me, or areas you can't see, or can you see clearly enough?
Like I said, I've been medically cleared to play, and this whole process is based on number one, if I feel comfortable out there, and two, from my personal standpoint, I would never put myself or my teammates or anybody else on the ice at risk. So again, the awareness and spatial awareness is there.
Ian, right here, man. What is this like for you right now, this moment?
I guess it's kind of the high point of this ride, I guess, in terms of, like I said before, coming from where I was on March 16th to potentially playing in the Cup Finals. There's a lot of ups and downs in there, so to be able to sit in front of you guys and say that it is a possibility that I'll play this year, it's definitely a very uplifting feeling for myself.
Emotional for you?
Not as emotional as I was before. I think now the work is setting in. I realize the difference between taking 2 months off and coming back mid-January and taking 2 months off and coming back at the beginning of June. There's obviously a lot at stake right now. The pace and tempo of play is a lot higher, and you have the two best teams in the National Hockey League going at it. So, I realize that it's been a dream of mine to play for the Stanley Cup, but at the same time, I'm not going to put myself out there to be treated like a little brother, and I know there's not going to be any gimmies out there. So it's work time now, and like I said, if I feel ready to play and my conditioning is up to standard and I can make a contribution, then we'll move forward with that.
Mike, NKR.
Manny, are you going to change equipment because of what happened with you? I mean, will you be wearing a visor now till the end of your career? The second part is, did you have to go, because this is an emotional time of year, this may be the pinnacle of your career, playing in the Stanley Cup Finals, but at the same time, we're talking about your vision. Did you have to weigh that very carefully and sort of think, is this good for me in my long-term health?
Yeah, just like I said, I've been monitored daily for quite some time now, and I've had very in-depth conversations with the doctors. I can assure you I wasn't flipping a coin in the change room deciding whether I was going to play or not. So just everything I've gone over with the doctors, they've assured me that everything is as it should be. And like I said, with the exercise that I've been doing, everything continues to look good. And as I said before, there is still some healing that needs to take place. But it's one of those things, as I was explained, is that it is what it is. And going forward, I will continue to be monitored daily. And if at any time the doctor doesn't like what he sees, then he has the ultimate veto power.
Are you going to wear a shield from now on? Did you make that promise to yourself and your family?
Yeah. I realize the importance of it now, and obviously I'll wear the full face shield for the rest of this year, and then going forward see what my comfort level with the different pieces of equipment.
You talked about the support network that you had going through this, but through this journey, what's the biggest thing that you learned about yourself and maybe your teammates?
I think we talk about our team concept all the time. We talk about we have a real family environment around here, and we have obviously we're here to win, we're here to play hockey, but more importantly the level of care that we have for each other in the room, and the importance we put on our personal health, and the health and well-being of our families really came first and foremost. And right from ownership to management, coaches, teammates, and even players around the league and GMs, coaches I've never played for, express their best wishes and thoughts just for my health. And you really put things into perspective. And like I said, we're here to play hockey. We're hockey players, but at the end of the day, the level of respect that we have for one another as, friends, husbands, brothers, fathers, that really came to the forefront for the last couple of months.
I have more questions in the next phone right now.
Manny, after
Sorry, you're next.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
after the injury, how long was it before you were able to exercise or to be really physically active?
There was just a long process of rest, and it wasn't until you guys saw me on the ice in a tracksuit that that was the first point that I could start to get my heart rate up and get a little sweat on. So I forget how many weeks that was to the day, but that was the first point of being allowed to exercise.
And so are you getting ready in terms of conditioning?
Well, you never really know until you step into a game. But as I skate and do a little extra after practice, and today with the scrimmage and being more involved, the legs are coming back, the lungs are coming back. But you can ride the bike and do exercise in the gym and bag skate all you want in practice, but you never really know if you're game ready until you step into a game.
One more question, Cruz.
Hey, Manny, a couple of things. Can you clarify that you're going to need another procedure, a minor procedure, and when would that be, and would it keep you from playing?
I'm going to answer all the medical questions down the road, but as for now, I feel good and ready to play.
Just a quick follow-up. You talked about talking to other people around the league. A player like Matthias Solon, who suffered a very serious eye injury, were you able to speak to Matthias about what he went through and the different procedures and maybe try to get some perspective?
I did. 2 days after, March 18th, I guess, Bernie had spoken to Matthias, and he had passed along his number to Bernie that, if I wanted to speak to him for any reason. So I spoke with him 2 days after the injury happened, and he put a lot of things to rest for me and just kind of clarified kind of the road I'd be heading down. And a very good friend of mine, Brian Berard, who I played with in Columbus and New York, he was a big part of my recovery in terms of answering a lot of questions I had. He reassured me of a lot of things, just the lingo that the doctors were talking and understanding, where I was as each step went on. So he was a real friend to me through this whole process.
Some comfort from that, even though you still had so much to go through, to give you some comfort?
Yeah, it did. It did. Again, he kind of took me down the path of what would be going on, the stages I would be going on through recovery, and so he answered a lot of questions for me, and I guess you can imagine through that whole period there was a great deal of things up in the air. I didn't know where things were headed, but like I said, he did a great job of settling me down. Any questions I had, I was right on the phone with him. Spent some time with him in New York. So he was, like I said, a true friend through this whole thing.
Three more, sorry, Jim.
I guess we asked Coach this. Do you have any idea when you might be able to play?
Just moving forward, as I said, as we get closer to Game 1, we'll have a few more days of practice. This is not going to continue on and be a side story for this Cup final. Myself and my teammates are focused on the task at hand. So, if I feel more comfortable, if I'm game ready, the coaches will make the decision at that time. And if I'm not ready, then